Hi everybody, it's 3 Lives, and today I kind of wanted to make another full-length video, surprisingly enough. And today's topic that I chose today is candy creation. Candy creation and how to make, like, certain types of candy. Since you see here, I have a lot of it. I have some, like, double tie stuff that, like, I made with a friend. I have, like, perler stuff and just like all sorts of things, and I don't have the best assortment of beads, but I'm very good about like cutting up things often. So like as you can see here, like we have like blues and different shades of purple. I'm still working on this section, but also my birthday's coming up, so let's say happy early birthday, 3 Lives, September 24th. Make sure you put it in your calendars. I just kind of wanted to like make a candy video, so I'll be getting more beads soon. I can make another one if you guys actually like this video idea. But also comes with candy, comes with perlers. Sorry, that transition was really bad. But, yeah, perlers are a big part of the candy community. Don't mind, my assortment of perlers isn't very good. And today, also, if you're, like, into that, I will be cutting some candy that I think is really ugly. This one, for example. I started it, never finished it. I was trying to do an X-stitch type of thing to make, like, an actual cuff, and it didn't work out. I wanted to make, like, a clown ruffle type of stitch, but I also have things like this, which I would never throw away. It's my Blue Dude single, which I'm matching with a friend of mine. And I also have things like this that I am willing to cut up because, well, I don't really need it that much. Last night I went through and cut up a lot of things that I didn't really want or need, and I made them into stars. The reason I made them into stars is because I find stars is kind of like a placeholder type of thing. So I have singles like these, stars like these, like another one, obviously. And just gonna note, without this, like throughout this video, anything can be made into candy. I wouldn't recommend like materials kind of like clay beads or whatever, but for this video I do have clay beads just to kind of like show you that, hey, you don't need pony beads to make candy. It won't be a very in-depth video on how to make like bigger cuffs, because to be fair, I don't really know how to make bigger cuffs. I'm really good at like the ladder stitching stuff. As seen here, I made this for a friend and it was too small for her and I haven't cut it yet, but yeah. Alright, so now that our space is clear, we can finally start. First, I'm gonna pour out some candy that, hey, I might cut some of these. I'll look through. A Gur single, this was made for me by a friend. I don't want to cut this, so I'll put it in a pile, and I'll speed up the assortment of me making piles. Okay, so you may be wondering why there's a tie in the middle, because this has actually 2 ties. This one is filled with colors that my original candy set didn't have. It was made for me by a friend, and let's just say I don't really need this anymore, and I could use it to make other types of candy, so I will be cutting this tie, but I will be keeping this tie. I also have these letter beads, and I have Mira from K-Pop Demon Hunters, and a 3D Miku that I made. So yeah, I'm going to start cutting those. I'll speed this one up as well, and if you listen real closely, I bet you can hear the cutting sounds. The reason I didn't cut those 2 is because if I do, I don't really want to sort them. Alright, lastly, I'm going to cut the tie right here. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Well, this is the tie now. I actually think it looks really good. So that's my keep pile. I'm going to put all of those, like, back. Sorry about the camera change. I left to take a break. So now, the next thing for candy is perlers, like stuff like this. This isn't much of a tutorial video like I wanted to label it as. This is more so how I make most of my candy, because it might be unclear to some people. I don't even think I've announced that I actually make candy and stuff in my free time. But hey, there you go, I make candy for fun. There's probably tape on it for a reason, I'm just completely oblivious to that fact. So yeah, these are just examples of like little perlers that I've made. I also like to turn a lot of my perlers into pins for like my school bag. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna like cook something up on the pegboard really quick. I'm gonna turn the camera this way, like right here, and zoom in on it as I do this, because the camera is like always in my way, which is kind of annoying in my opinion, but it's what works best for recording, so I think I'll speed this part up. lot of that was literally me just searching for like reds because it was very difficult to find reds. Because like the pack of like perler beads that I got was mainly considered woodland animals, which I don't think you'd see red in a ton of woodland animals. Yeah, I finished my Cool Kid. Here's it closer if you're interested. And I'm gonna do a really cool magic trick. 3, 2, 1. That wasn't smooth at all. Because I zoomed out a little bit. Yeah, the iron that I'm gonna be using is my mom's Cricut iron at the 2nd temperature. If you're doing this, please be careful. If you're younger, please have an adult. I'm also using parchment paper to cover this part of it. And I have outlets over there. So, I'm gonna just like plug this in really quick. Okay, yeah, I did it. I plugged it in. It'll beep whenever it's actually ready to be used. So set it to 2 if you're using a Cricut iron. Do not use 3. And 1 will be just like very slow. So I'll do a little magic trick for whenever it's ready. It just beeped, so I think that means it's ready. I'm gonna do a little speed run of me ironing this. Did it. Gonna wait for that to cool down, and while it does, let's start with the single that I'm gonna attach it to. I'm gonna be using blue and red and like pink colors for it, and I'm gonna make it so it fits my wrist. So because my friend has a similar wrist size to me. So I'm gonna quickly make the single for it. I'm gonna have to make 2 singles since I'm gonna attach the perler to it. Alright, so here's my little speed run. Alright, so I just finished up the single. It didn't take that long. It took like literally 2 minutes. I'm gonna tie it a few times, and I'm gonna show you like how I hide knots. If you make candy, you've obviously seen this method before. It's actually quite popular in the community, but I really like it, and I think that it's a bit underrated because I don't see a lot of candy artists use it anymore. But like with the knot, you like put this part in here and you like sneak it in so the knot is hidden between that bead right there, and then you don't get too comfortable with the string yet because you're gonna cut it off like this. Now this string right here, don't cut it off because you'll need it with your, or I'll need it. I don't know, I'm saying this like a tutorial. So it'll go like, I know that this isn't really a tutorial and stuff, and it's like very obvious on how this would be made, but hey, some newer candy artists might want it. I have to. Well, like I was talking about how how I had cut, or I had tied 2 together to make a longer string beforehand, like with the string that I was like reusing because I don't want to waste anything, and how it might break, and it did end up breaking, so I had to redo that. I just want to let you know I was not redoing it for fun. I'm definitely going to tie it until it reaches this bead right here, just to make sure it's secure and just make sure it's not taking up that much space. So I'm going to tie it until I can't anymore. This might take a while, so I will probably speed this one up as well. Alright, so this is how it turned out. I'm going to cut this part off since I'm very sure that it's secure, like this. And yeah, that's the Cool Kid single. And I think that it actually more so goes with this Blue Dude single right here. I think they go together pretty well since they're both outlined with white and stuff. And yeah, well, that concludes today's video, I guess. If you really want to get into candy, just know again that anything, any type of bead, any type of string, any type of anything can be made into candy, and it doesn't just have to specifically be what's most popular in the community, which, like, anything can be made into candy, but in my opinion, the pony beads, if you're trying to make things like this, like cuffs or stuff, They're a lot easier to use since they're bigger, take up more space, you don't have to waste as many, and if you buy like a 4,000 pack of beads, well, you can get a lot done, you know? So, I would definitely recommend them, but just know that if what you have at home isn't pony beads and you want to make candy with clay beads, that is completely acceptable because this is a community for everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video because it took forever to record and probably gonna take even longer to edit. But yeah, bye!